Stop looking for new hacks, tricks, and magic solutions to improve your cold email meeting booking rate. It may seem like all you need is that new shiny template some YouTube influencer is promoting, but the reality is they are just trying to monetize your fear of missing out rather than teaching you something that's useful in real life sales scenarios. The cold hard truth is boring cold emails will book you more meetings than fancy ones if you do it right. And I know this because I've sent thousands of them while working from small startups all the way up to Fortune 500 companies like Salesforce. So stop with the shiny object syndrome and focus on real work to get real results. The first thing you have to understand is that your prospects' brains are fried. Literally as fried as the eggs you have for breakfast every morning. And why? Because they're getting bombarded from every single angle about every single thing. If the person you're trying to reach out to, which is hopefully a highly functioning executive in B2B sales, or even just a high-level decision maker, guess what? Everybody wants their attention and you're no exception to that. And as salespeople, we tend to be overwhelmed, but if you think you're overwhelmed, just imagine being an executive getting 100+ sales pitches in their inbox, sometimes each one getting crazier than the last. And honestly, with AI and all the automation, this problem just got 10 times worse. Now you literally have deep fake videos of, some sales rep somewhere being blasted out to, 150,000 people in the market, right? This is quickly turning into a jungle. So obviously, as you can imagine, standing out in the market right now is harder than ever. And if we want to get your cold emails to be more effective, there's a couple things that we're going to have to do. And to do so effectively, we technically have to transform how we do email from the bottom up. So instead of trying to find a quick fix for your old emails, don't do that. Instead, why not just actually offer to solve a problem that is painful enough that the prospects want to connect with you? You see, ultimately sales is about one thing and one thing only, and that is problem solving. So in our emails, we're going to have to make very clear to our prospects, which are bombarded from every single angle, that we're not like anybody else in the market just spamming their inbox. We are here to solve their problems. In order to solve their problems, we first have to understand their problems. Then we have to make it clear to them in our email that we deeply understand their problems and that we've done our homework. And this reverses the entire dynamic from just a salesperson trying to chase a meeting to somebody that understands a high-level executive's problems and makes it clear to them in that email, which makes you stand out and actually makes them want to work with you. But in order to do so effectively, we're going to have to remove all the distractions. And part of making our emails more boring, right, and effective is just simplifying all the stuff that is being said on that email. I'm sure this has happened to you at some point. Sometimes you get an email and it's literally 6-7 paragraphs with a bunch of complexity. Looks like a marketing email from somebody you've never even met before. Have you ever responded to those emails? I'd probably say you never have. And guess what? Me either. So let's simplify our email. We have to understand that communication is complicated. If you think communication is a journey and you're here, the seller, point A, and then the buyer is here, point B. In this journey of communication, there are a lot of filters and obstacles between what's in your head here and what the buyer is going to understand from your message. You have to translate it into language, which you type into your keyboard. Then that information is, uploaded into the web, which is then sent to your amazing prospect, which then they get to read, and then they have to filter it through all their beliefs, their understanding of life, their mood that day, right? There's a lot of obstacles in the journey of communication from point A to point B. And along this journey, if there are too many filters, too many obstacles, too much complexity, how can you possibly expect your buyers to respond positively to your message? So since there's already a lot of complexity, why not make our messaging, the one thing that we can control, simpler? You see, the less fluff you include in your email, the less room your prospect has for misinterpreting that email or misunderstanding it, which increases the chances of them responding positively to it, which then increases our chances of booking that meeting that we want. The simpler and the more boring your email, the higher chances we have of clear communication and making that journey from point A to point B. Here's the other benefit to boring emails. When we are doing boring emails, it's very hard to hide behind fluff and stuff that is completely irrelevant. When our emails are boring, we have to be factual, we have to be direct, we have to be sharp with our messaging, and it cannot be bullcrap. It has to be legit. This means that you might actually, God forbid, have to do a little bit of research to maybe pull out some specific metrics or some specific thing that you notice on their company website. There's not a lot of room for flattery and tell them how, you notice that their kid is a great football player or something along those lines. There's zero room for that. So all you have left is facts. And the amazing thing about this is that boring emails are actually easier to improve as time goes on. Because if our email is based on the research that you did and the problems that you identified that perhaps you hypothesize your prospect is struggling with, and guess what? If you send that email and it doesn't work, you know the variables that you need to change because you're not including so much stuff into it. This enables us to understand what's working and what's not working. Versus if we included a bunch of stuff in our emails and we make it super complicated, guess what? They're not working in the first place, but the worst part is we don't even know what to improve because there's just so much stuff there. Straightforward, boring message delivered to the right person at the right time either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't deliver a meeting, then there's only 3 things that we need to look at. Did we send this at the right time? Look, not every time is a good time. Sometimes maybe that person could have been busy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there wasn't a significant trigger event going on in that person's role or that person's company that was strong enough for them to book a meeting with us about a specific problem. Hell, maybe they just finished eating lunch and maybe they just didn't feel like replying. The second factor we have to look at is, did we send it to the right person? Maybe the primary problem that we want to fix, that our solution can't fix, maybe the person we sent it to was not the person responsible for that issue. So in that case, we have to find out who's responsible for the problems that we can fix, the problems that we can bring value to, and then reaching out to those individuals since those are the ones most likely to book a meeting with us. Lastly, did we send the right message? Look, maybe we got the timing right, maybe we got the person right, but our message was not aligned. And if we're just sending bare bones, boring, straightforward, cutting through the noise emails, then if our message was not right in the first place, then guess what? They're simpler to fix and we can go ahead and improve them. This actually enables you to use the scientific method to rapidly improve your sales results. And the faster you iterate, the faster your boring messages become the outreach that buys you that Porsche or that pays off your mortgage. So let's look at a quick template, right? Bare bones, simple, that gets straight to the point, cuts through the noise, and it is factual so that you can just literally plug and chug according to whatever clients or prospects you're trying to reach. You can use something like, hi name. We help specific person with specific needs solve specific problems with your unique twist of what you actually can help them with. You can then finish the email by saying, probably sounds slightly unbelievable, but we've had great success helping companies like X, Y, and Z fix problems X, Y, and Z through our unique solution. Does it make sense to jump on a quick call this week and I'll explain how it works? Thanks. And then you can include your name. Sometimes we want to make things complicated, but they don't always need to be. So I hope that was able to help you make selling simple. And if you found this video helpful, why not click on the video on the screen right now?